Thank you for watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. That is Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis. And no, he's not wearing pink shorts today. He's actually wearing a blue shirt. If you guys could actually see what happens before we actually start these interviews, you'd laugh. Phil was completely naked, had to get dressed, but he had his camera on early, which I don't understand why you always do that to me, Phil. It's not very pleasant.
Well, you got to keep you on your toes, man. Got to keep you on your toes.
You definitely keep me on my toes, that's for sure. How's training going for Lyoto?
It's going good, man. Going good. I got some good training in. Lots of good training partners. Had guys cycling through on me. Yushin Okami came down to train for a while.
Oh.
Awesome southpaw, really big guy. He's one of the bigger guys in 185.
Yeah.
Outside of like your freakish Chael Sonnen types.
Right. How was Yushin as a practice partner?
Oh, he's good, man. He's good. He's so strong. Most guys at that weight you can kind of manhandle. At least me, I feel like I can manhandle him. But he's pretty freaking strong, man. He's as strong as any 205er.
Are you surprised that his level of success hasn't been a lot more? So I've heard that about him before. A lot of guys when they work out with him are like, "Well, I'm surprised he's not. He's had a level of success, but they feel like he could be a lot higher."
Definitely. You know, I don't know some of the fights that he loses. I'm like, dang, I don't know how you lost that one, you know. But you know, that's just kind of the way the game goes sometimes. You know, if you get the chance to rematch some guys, you probably do it right. So.
Well, you got Lyoto Machida coming up here down there in Brazil. You're going to his home territory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a big fight for you. You beat this guy. You're top contender now. You know.
Oh yeah.
Has the added pressure that the media's been saying how big this fight is, have you actually felt that added pressure during practice?
Nah, not at all. You know, because you know I'll tell you what it comes down to is that's sort of the truth, but it's sort of not the truth. There, actually, even if I beat him, I may not be the number one contender. So, I mean, you could add that pressure on if you want to, but the truth is, if it don't look good, we're not fighting for the title.
Right. There's always three views. They have the ranking view. Yeah. Now that you're in the ranking, that's where you should be. You have the fan view, where the fans believe where you should be. And then you have the UFC's view. And the UFC where they decide that you want to be. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's up to the UFC and where they want to put you. So you're right. You could knock them out in the first round. They could decide that you're the fifth contender. And that's how it works.
Well, see, that's why you have those three different views. Because if you knock him out in the first round, then the fans will probably say he threw the fight. Or he's washed up.
Yeah. Right.
We have to give him a real test. You know, you wouldn't believe how many people call me or text me, tell me they thought the Anderson fight was fake. I was like, fake? You don't fake get knocked out, dude. Nobody does that.
If you're gonna fake a fight, throw a fight, wouldn't you have thrown it when he had the knee bar on at the very end of the first round? The easiest way not to get hurt, as opposed to faking getting knocked out, where you could legit damage could happen. It just people are so
people don't understand the fight game. I'll tell you what's crazy about fighting is that people think they understand fighting, but they don't.
Yeah,
it looks like you understand what's going on, but you don't. There's so much games getting played.
You know, I interviewed Ben Askren earlier today, and he's got a new online DVD set coming out, MMA for Wrestling. And when I explain people. Because I like him as a fighter. It's just very hard to have. It's not something you bring your parents to for the first time ever watching a fight. You want them to see a Ben Askren fight because they can't see what's going on. But it's a very technical thing that's going on down there, and I'm paying attention to a lot of it, trying to figure out what he's doing. And even myself, who's been in the sport 16 years, commentated on the sport for the last 10 years, I still have no clue half the time what some of you guys are doing in there. Like I still have no idea. And I'm trying to explain this to people that think they know what the hell they're talking about in the stands.
Right.
And literally listening to them going, you really are dumb. Like, you really are stupid because what you're saying didn't even happen just then. Like, none of that what you just talked about is even remotely going on at all. And then for them to come up and go, oh, that fight was fixed, and Anderson Silva threw it, and who the hell is going to throw $6 million away? Who's going to throw away a title? Who's going to throw away pay-per-view numbers and do it in a fashion where he gets knocked out and potentially gets hurt for real, not a fake, oh, knee bar, get off me. It's fans are idiots.
Honestly, I feel like I could see how that conversation went with Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva. It went something like this. Hey, all right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to win, but make it look real, okay? Just don't Can you imagine that? Like, no, dude. No one gets knocked out on purpose.
It'd be it's funny because it actually wouldn't be them talking. It's worse. It's like Ed Suarez and Dave Martin, the two managers, talking to each other,
Yeah.
and that conversation just boggles my mind. Like both of them just having a conversation about,
Yeah.
and then what's going to happen is the end of the first, we'll go ahead and get a knee bar in, and then go ahead and knock them out in a second. Like that's how we want it to go. But make it look real. Like having those two have a conversation, it makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And I understand. A part of it too is like the old school guys are like, well, Pride used to do fake fights all the time, and it happened all the time back in the day. And
Sure.
happened a couple times in the early days of the UFC before the Fertittas took over, but now it's legit. It's
Right.
for real. So there are no thrown fights. And when you go out and you have a guy like Lyoto, you about to battle, and he is so elusive with his back off style, and it's tough to hit, and he doesn't stay in one place.
Yep.
That if you knock him out in the first round, it can be considered a very, very low probability of that happening, but it's not a fluke, and it's not a fake fight. It's not being thrown. It's what happened because you used your range, your length, and he didn't move fast enough to get out of the way of your punch, and that's how it works.
That's how it works. That's the game.
With Lyoto, we all know he's a great stand-up guy. He's very hard to hit. He expects you to chase you, and when you chase him, he punches you, and that's what he catches you with. You got to chase him
Every time.
You're a wrestler. Your natural ability is to chase somebody down, grab a hold, and throw him to the ground. But Lyoto's a guy that you don't want to chase. How hard has it been in practice to stop that chase game when you know you could be in a position to catch that left hand in the face?
Right. That it's just you just got to train situations. You can't train to do what you would normally do. You have to train situations, and you gotta role play with it. You have a guy who you're sparring, and he's role playing. His job is to be the best Machida he can be. He's not doing his game, but he's trying to make it real at the same time. So it's good, and I have a good team around me that can kind of give me that look, and not be in practice for themselves trying to win every round, every minute. The thing about Machida is he doesn't come forward until he comes all the way forward. He'll blast forward, boom, 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 7 punches in your face, and then he'll go backwards. And in practice, it's just it's just not what guys do. They come forward, they try to win every minute, every round, every exchange, and that's not his game. So number one, I just have to have a good team behind me, which I do, and they did a good job preparing me for this fight.
I was talking to Neil Melanson, who I believe has just left from down there in Lance, and he was saying that we both wish I was about 4 or 5 inches taller at this stage, because I know exactly how to. I trained with Lyoto when he first moved to the States down to L.A. for several years. I know exactly his style is mimicking. And he's like, you would have been great going out working with Phil to be Lyoto for Phil during practice. I go, yeah, Neil, but it's not great because then I get, and this is what I said, I get beat up for 5 rounds. I get the crap kicked out of me for 5 rounds, so Phil can learn. And do you know how much ego I have to get rid of to let Phil punch me in the head? Like, that's not going to be fun for me. I'm glad I'm short. I'm glad it doesn't work out. So it's tough. So Yushin Okami then was a great partner for you. He sounded like he was fun. And who else did you say came down to train with you for this one?
I got Yushin, Alexander Gustafsson just got in. He has a big fight coming up.
Jeez,
I got a couple of my buddies came in, helped me wrestle. Jared Platt, he's 1-0 right now. He's tough. You did his interview.
Yeah, what a great guy. I love that guy. Wow, he's so much fun. I love talking to that guy because he really almost has no care in the world. Like he really is just, I'm kind of doing what I do and how I'm doing it. Just is what it is. And if I lose, I lose. I win, I win. But you can tell that it's a gimmick for him. That portion of it is a gimmick for him. That he's real passionate about trying to win. And it's fun watching him try to be this character when he's being interviewed, and he slips in and out of it. Sometimes it's fun. I like it. You're in a good mood. You're laughing, you're giggling, you're still having fun. The pressure of the fight's not coming on you. The media pressure hasn't been. I've been looking at the media, watching other interviews. You haven't had any kind of eyeballing some guy or voice when you're doing voice stuff, getting on them. How do you stay so calm and centered? All the way through your training camps, you've always kind of been this way.
Well, it's kind of like everybody likes to add this pressure on you. With this fight, that'll make you number one contender. If you win this fight, they won't want you to fight the champion. This is the biggest fight of your life, the biggest fight of your career. You lose this, you're going to get cut. If you don't knock him out, Dana's going to cut you. chill, like relax, like none of that stuff really matters. If you're gonna get cut, you're gonna get cut. What really matters is going out there and fighting. It's just you can't look at the outcome and decide what you're going to do. You need to look at what you're going to do and let that judge the outcome of the fight.
What do you do when you get home at night to relax? Are you a movie guy, a TV guy? You're a gamer guy? Like, what do you do?
You just named all of them: movie, TV, games, all of them. I was at an Xbox party last night. You got the Comic-Con going down here in San Diego. I know you're jealous.
I am jealous. I saw the line online. I saw the line for Chandler fighting him in Bellator, with his belt, and the line for him at Comic-Con, waiting for him to come through. I'm like, why does nobody even invite me down to Comic-Con? Like, I love cartoons. I love comic books. I went down there looking at real scantily clad, inappropriately dressed girls getting hugged by big, furry men dressed in sloth uniforms. Like, that's funny to me. I want all that stuff. Who was the Xbox party for yesterday?
They, just had the Xbox One. They're showing it off. Bunch of new games, couple new maps for Halo 4, new Forza. It's a bunch of big nerd convention.
Did you get the Xbox One? Did you pick it up? Did they give you a pre-release copy?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out one of you guys that gets sent to, so I don't have to buy one because I need one. So yeah, just keep me on your wish list. If you get an extra one, you know where it's going, and I'll drive down to pick it up.
Prepare my story for that. I was like, so I need one at my house, but see, I also live at my mama's house, so I need one for when I'm there and when I'm home. So
that's perfect. That's
great,
perfect.
Right?
It's the same thing when I talk to Matt Hume, because he does a lot of Microsoft stuff up there in Seattle. I'm like, yeah. Whenever they back the truck up, because that's the running joke, they just back the Xbox truck up. They back the truck up, just make sure you get an extra one for me too, because everybody needs that Xbox One. I'm gonna be one of the first guys to get it. So. Are you a big nerd at heart? Are you a big gaming nerd? Are you like a Joe Lauzon, where you like to sit around and game all the time?
Well, he's a different kind of nerd,
Yeah.
He's within our subculture of nerds. There's different kinds of nerds. We were making fun of some nerds last night. We were playing Xbox, and there's this new game where you're actually designing a game. The concept is just, it would take me too long to even explain to you. But as I'm going on, we're like, it's not like we program. We're not those kind of nerds. We're making fun of other nerds. But it's like, he's a different beast, man. I definitely game hard my free time. But he's hardcore. He knows. I'm pretty sure that guy knows how to write some code.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Just by accident too. Like somehow just jumped in through his ears. It makes me a little nervous being around him sometimes. Like the stuff he gets into. Like, what about this particular thing or whatever? I'll ask him one question, and he gets so deep into it, he loses me. Like I'm like, dude, I'm just a.
I just asked you how to update my status.
That's it, man. That's all I want to know. And I don't need to get into don't use lines and skip that over there. Like, that's too much for me. Do you find that gaming and watching movies and all that stuff, especially more gaming, because you are so competitive as a person, do you find that sometimes it doesn't relax you because it's in between practices, you got one more practice to go to, and you're about to beat this one section, or you're online playing, you're getting beat, and you're trying to catch back up again, and all of a sudden you got to go to practice? Are you like, I don't want to put the game down, but I got to go train? Do you ever had that problem?
Have I had that problem? Yeah, that's happened once or twice. That's happened once or twice. I may have broken a couple controllers in my day. Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like it happened just a little bit ago.
Yeah. This is crap.
Pause.
You know what the problem is? I'll tell you what the problem is. They need to fix this. It's 2013. They need to fix it. Video games cheat. And they know, we've been knowing this problem since, Mario? Since Mario? What, Tetris?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The game learns around you and knows how to make it harder for you, even when it's not supposed to.
Exactly.
So it screws you up all the time. Like that went right through his body. How is that character not dead? It went right through him. But he's like, bloop, now I'm over here, now I'm back again. Like they do. I hate that stuff.
I remember I knew I had a problem when I was playing this old school Nintendo game named Kung Fu. Remember that game?
Yeah, of course.
Kung Fu. Man, I was on the last level, and it's just, you just walk down the board, and you have to throw knives and everything. I broke the game. I was so mad. I broke the game. Then I had to make up a story, because if I'd have said I broke a game, oh Lord, that'd have been the rest of the summer right there. You don't break a $50 game. You don't break. I stepped on it. It was on the floor. I didn't know. Man, I was so pissed. I never want to see that game again.
How'd you break it? Just pick it up and just snap in your fingers, or was it one of those you had to throw it against the wall?
I had to smash it on my knee, and it didn't even break on the first try. I had to.
That's great. Well, Phil, thanks for spending some time with us here at MMA Oddsbreaker. Good luck in your gaming. Hopefully, you don't hurt your knee breaking any more games over it before your fight with Lyoto.
Is that funny? You talking about breaking stuff over my knee?
Yeah.
And the game is kung fu.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hopefully, you don't hurt your knee before the fight, beating the karate guy up with that knee later. All right, Phil. You have a great rest of your nerdy day. You got practice coming up here later on this afternoon, or?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, get after it. Enjoy yourself. I of course will not be in Rio. I'm not going out to Rio for this one, but I'll be at home watching on pay-per-view like everybody else.
All right. Well, we'll miss you out there, man.
I'm glad to know that I'll be missed for the 20 minutes you're thinking about me right before bed.
Word.
See you, Phil.
All right, later.